Welcome to Eastern NC Ski Riders. Hey guys, this is Joseph. For all you Kawasaki 310 riders out there, I want to give you guys a little video today on changing your supercharger belt and some things that I ran into when I changed mine. Now, if you want to, everybody follows JD's Waterworld, so if you really want to watch the precursor to this, go watch JD Waterworld's video on replacing your supercharger belt. But I want to go over a few things that I had hang-ups on whenever I changed mine. The issue I had with the engine mount, I had an issue with this top right corner one, this one right here. This is the one that I had a problem getting out. You see it? So on these engine mounts, there are two bolts, and let me show you this one so you understand what I'm talking about. You see this engine mount? This is the engine mount bolt that connects the bolt to the jet ski, and then there's another bolt that connects the foot to the engine, to the motor. Well, on the engine mount on this side, you can see it, but what you can't see is there's a bolt, that secondary bolt that connects the foot to the motor, keeps you from being able to get a socket completely down on that motor mount bolt. So I ended up having to take that secondary screw out. So what I'm saying is that I had to take the secondary screw out before I could really get a socket on top of this motor mount bolt. You've got to slide your engine forward enough that there's a gap there that you can get that belt off. So what I noticed, whenever I was prying the engine forward, it would want to slide back on me. I'm like, well, what's going on? I couldn't figure it out. Then I got to looking. So if you look over here at the front of the motor, you see this hose here, this air hose that connects to the air box right here on the front of the motor. It's still connected to your supercharger. So you're fighting that the whole time you're trying to push the engine forward. You're fighting this hose in this air box. But if you keep trying, you can put enough pressure on it that you can slide the engine forward enough so you can get the belt off. So now I know why JD was saying in his video that he made a video where he replaced the air box and this air hose that connects to the supercharger. He basically installed a Kawasaki Performance one. I understand now that if you do that, it'll be easier in the future to slide your engine forward to replace your supercharger belt. And I was having a hard time sliding the engine back because it's so heavy. So what you do is you straighten up the engine the best you can. You slide it back to where this coupler is almost touching the engine. You want to be able to spin this coupler like this. So you reach down here like this and you spin the coupler until it lines up with the engine. And just as soon as you get it lined up, you take a pry bar and you pry this coupler forward just a little bit. Then that way you can get the coupler to mate up with the engine. And then once you get it mated up and it's in there just a little bit, then you can come and slide the rest of the motor back, and then it'll line up. If not, you're going to be fighting trying to slide this motor back because it's heavy. And it takes a little bit of work to get the coupler and the engine slid back together. So that's another hang up that I had. The other thing I noticed that I had a sticky part on when I first changed my supercharger belt is that I had a hard time getting the belt back on. Let me show you this real quick. Had a hard time getting the... So right here, so what you want to do right here is, and I'll even do it real quick. So you put the belt on this pulley. Put the belt on this pulley. See if I can do it with one hand. Put the belt on this pulley. What you want to do is it's a little difficult. It can be a challenge. So what you want to do is once you get the belt on both of these pulleys, get it centered, then you take your thumb and you push the belt up under this idler wheel. And it takes a little bit of work. There it goes. You just push it up under there. Then at that point, you can take your tool and release the tension. You definitely need this tool too, by the way. Without this tool, it's almost impossible to change this supercharger belt. First time I tried to remove the tension, I didn't have this tool, and it was difficult. So what this tool does, it allows you to, so if you push this thing forward, this allows you to take the tension off your supercharger spring, off the tensioner spring. And then that way, once you get the tension off, then you can remove the belt. Okay guys, that's it. See y'all out on the water.